Most people think Social Security is simple. You work, you pay in, you retire, you collect. But what most retirees do not know is that Social Security is actually one of the most flexible and strategically rich programs the government offers. And the difference between using it wisely and using it on autopilot can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of your retirement. Today, I am going to walk you through 9 ways to get more money from Social Security that most retirees either do not know about or do not fully understand. None of these are loopholes. None of these are tricks. Every single one of them is a legitimate strategy built directly into the Social Security system that you have every right to use. My name is Margaret, and this channel exists because you deserve the complete picture. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe right now, because what we are about to cover could genuinely change your financial future. Let's get into it. I want to start with a woman named Patricia. Patricia is 64 years old and lives in Nashville, Tennessee. She has been working her whole life, raised 2 kids largely on her own, and is finally approaching the moment she has been waiting for. Retirement. She has been waiting for retirement. She knows she will collect Social Security. She has her statement. She knows her estimated benefit amount. What Patricia does not know is that the number on that statement is just the beginning. Depending on the decisions she makes over the next few years, Patricia could collect significantly more than that number every single month for the rest of her life. Not by doing anything complicated, not by hiring an expensive advisor, just by understanding 9 things that the Social Security Administration does not go out of its way to explain. By the end of this video, Patricia will know all 9, and so will you. The first way to get more money from Social Security is to delay claiming beyond your full retirement age. We have talked about the cost of claiming early in a previous video. Today I want to focus on the flip side, the reward for waiting. For every month you delay claiming Social Security past your full retirement age, your benefit grows by 2/3%. That works out to 8% per year. This growth is called delayed retirement credits, and it stops at age 70. So if your full retirement age is 67 and you wait until 70 to claim, your benefit will be 24% higher than it would have been at 67. 24%. For someone whose full benefit would have been $2,000 a month, that is an extra $480 every single month for the rest of their life. Over 20 years, that is an additional $115,000. And remember that number grows every year with cost of living adjustments applied to the higher base. If you are in good health, if you have other income sources to live on between your full retirement age and 70, and if you have any reason to believe you might live into your late 70s or beyond, delaying to 70 is one of the most powerful financial decisions available to you. The second way to get more money from Social Security is to check your earnings record for errors. This is one of the most overlooked strategies on this entire list, and it costs absolutely nothing to do. Your Social Security benefit is calculated based on your 35 highest earning years. The Social Security Administration keeps a record of every year of earnings you have reported, but errors happen. Employers make mistakes on W-2 forms. The Social Security Administration makes data entry errors. Years of earnings get misattributed or simply drop off the record. If your earnings record shows lower income than you actually earned in any year, your benefit calculation will be lower than it should be. And you may never know unless you check. Creating a My Social Security account at Say, Governor takes about 10 minutes, and it is free. Once you are logged in, you can see your complete earnings history year by year going back to the beginning of your career. Go through it carefully. Compare it to your own tax records or old W-2 forms if you have them. If you find a discrepancy, contact the Social Security Administration immediately with documentation. Correcting even 1 or 2 years of underreported earnings can meaningfully increase your monthly benefit for the rest of your life. The third way to get more money from Social Security is the spousal benefit. And this is one that many people, especially women who took time away from work to raise children or care for family members, do not fully understand. If you are married and your own Social Security benefit based on your work record is lower than 50% of your spouse's full retirement age benefit, you may be entitled to a spousal benefit instead. The spousal benefit allows you to collect up to 50% of your spouse's full retirement age benefit amount regardless of your own work record. For a woman who spent years out of the workforce and has a modest Social Security benefit of her own, this can be significantly more than what she would collect on her own record. There are some important rules to understand. You must be at least 62 to claim a spousal benefit. Your spouse must have already filed for their own benefits. And if you claim claim the spousal benefit before your own full retirement age, it will be permanently reduced. Claiming at your full retirement age gives you the maximum spousal benefit available. Patricia is in this situation. Her own benefit would be modest because she had years out of the workforce with her children. But her ex-husband, whom she was married to for more than 10 years, has a strong Social Security record. Which brings us to the fourth way. The fourth way to get more money from Social Security is the divorced spouse benefit. This is one of the least known benefits in the entire Social Security system. If you were married for at least 10 years and are currently divorced, you may be entitled to collect a benefit based on your ex-spouse's Social Security record, up to 50% of their full retirement age benefit, just like a current spouse. And here is the part that surprises most people. Your ex-spouse does not need to know. Your ex-spouse does not need to have filed for their own benefits yet, as long as you have been divorced for at least 2 years. Your ex-spouse's benefit is not reduced in any way by your claiming. It has absolutely no effect on what they collect. And if your ex-spouse has passed away, you may be entitled to up to 100% of their benefit as a surviving divorced spouse, which we will cover in a moment. Patricia was married to her first husband for 14 years. She never remarried. She has no idea she may be entitled to a benefit based on his Social Security record that could be significantly higher than what she would collect on her own. This one discovery alone could change her entire retirement picture. The fifth way to get more money from Social Security is the survivor benefit. If your spouse has passed away, you are entitled to collect their full Social Security benefit if it is higher than your own, not a portion of it, the full amount. This is called the survivor benefit, and the rules around it are important to understand. You can begin collecting a survivor benefit as early as age 60 or age 50 if you are disabled. Collecting before your full retirement age will reduce the benefit permanently. But if you wait until your full retirement age to claim the survivor benefit, you receive 100% of what your spouse was collecting or would have collected. Here is a critical strategy that most people miss. If you are a surviving spouse with your own Social Security record, you have the ability to claim one benefit first and switch to the other later. For example, you could claim your own reduced benefit at 62 to have some income while your survivor benefit grows, and then switch to the higher survivor benefit at your full retirement age. Or you could claim the survivor benefit early and let your own benefit grow with delayed retirement credits until 70. This kind of coordination can be worth tens of thousands of dollars, and it requires knowing that both options exist and understanding how to sequence them. The sixth way to get more money from Social Security is benefits for your children. Many retirees do not realize that when they claim Social Security, their dependent children may also be entitled to benefits. If you have children under 18 or under 19 and still in high school, or any age if they became disabled before age 22, they may be entitled to collect up to 50% of your full retirement age benefit on top of what you collect. This is sometimes called the family maximum benefit, and it has a cap, but for families with younger children or disabled adult children, it can represent significant additional monthly income that many families never claim simply because they did not know it was available. The seventh way to get more money from Social Security is the do-over option that we discussed in our first video, but I want to mention it again here because it fits directly into the theme of getting more money. If you claimed Social Security within the last 12 months and you regret the decision, you can withdraw your application, repay every dollar you received, and restart as if you never claimed. Once you refile at a later age, your monthly benefit will reflect the higher amount for that age. If you claimed at 62 and withdraw within 12 months, repay what you received, and wait until 67 or 70 to refile, you will collect significantly more every month for the rest of your life. The math on this is compelling for anyone who claimed early in a moment of uncertainty and has the means to repay the benefits received. The eighth way to get more money from Social Security is to coordinate claiming between spouses strategically. This is where Social Security planning gets genuinely complex and genuinely valuable. When two spouses both have Social Security records, the decision about when each person claims is not just a personal decision. It is a household financial strategy. The general principle is this: the higher earner in the couple should delay as long as possible, ideally to 70. This maximizes the survivor benefit because when one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse collects the higher of the two benefits. If the higher earner claimed early and received a reduced benefit, the surviving spouse inherits that reduced benefit and lives on less for potentially decades. By having the higher earner delay to 70, You are not just maximizing their benefit while both spouses are alive. You are protecting the surviving spouse against outliving their income. The lower earner can claim earlier to provide household income while the higher earner waits. This coordination strategy is one of the most valuable things a married couple can do for their long-term financial security, and it costs nothing to implement. The ninth way to get more money from Social Security is to understand and use the earnings test correctly. Many people who are approaching retirement age but still working assume that they cannot collect Social Security while working, or that collecting while working is always a bad idea. The reality is more nuanced. There is what is called the Social Security earnings test, which applies to people who claim before their full retirement age while still working. If you collect Social Security before your full retirement age and your earnings exceed a certain annual threshold, Social Security temporarily withholds some of your benefit. The key word is temporarily. The withheld benefits are not lost. When you reach full retirement age, Social Security recalculates your benefit upward to account for the months that benefits were withheld. So while the earnings test can create a short-term reduction in what you collect, it is not a permanent penalty. Once you reach your full retirement age, the earnings test disappears entirely, and you can work and collect full Social Security simultaneously with no reduction whatsoever. Understanding this means you do not have to choose between working and collecting if the timing makes sense for your situation. And it means that if you are near your full retirement age and still earning a good income, waiting until full retirement age to claim may protect you from the confusion and paperwork of the earnings test entirely. Now I want to come back to Patricia. By the time she finished understanding all 9 of these strategies, 3 of them changed her retirement picture completely. She is going to check her earnings record for errors because she switched jobs multiple times and is not confident all her income was correctly reported. She is going to investigate the divorced spouse benefit because she was married to her first husband for 14 years and his career was significantly more lucrative than hers. And she is going to delay claiming her own benefit to 70 because she has a small pension from her last employer that can cover her basic needs until then. These 3 decisions alone could add hundreds of dollars to her monthly Social Security income for the rest of her life. Patricia is not unusual. Patricia is every woman who worked hard, raised a family, and deserves every dollar she is entitled to, which is exactly what you deserve. Here is what I want you to do right now. Go to SA Governor and create a My Social Security account if you do not already have one. Once you are logged in, review your earnings record carefully, look at your estimated benefit at different claiming ages, and note whether you have any current or former spouses whose records might affect your benefit. Then write down which of these 9 strategies apply to your situation and bring that list to any conversation you have about your retirement finances. You worked for these benefits. You earned them. You have every right to collect every dollar you are entitled to. If this video helped you understand something new about Social Security, please subscribe to this channel right now and share it with someone you care about. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 9 strategies was new to you today. I read every single comment. I am Margaret. I will see you next week.